Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is the day before Thanksgiving and things are revving up here. My parents have stopped by. We're gonna have a little lunch out in the garden, but I wanted to show them the table situation and also show them the flowers that I bought because I found some really great ones at Trader Joe's and I was going to mix and match to try to bring those green tablecloths into a fall mood. I'll show you what I got. It started when I saw these beautiful magnolia leaves. I thought they were so cool because they're green on one side and then brown on the other. So they'll sort of work with the green of the tablecloths and then bring in more of the fall. And then for the flowers, I love these because they had the green and the maroon, which if you remember, the tablecloths look like this. See, they're green and then they have that little bit of pink. So I thought that that might actually work well with those, right? And then these really beautiful little peach berries, which I thought would work well with the pumpkins. And then just for some filler, I've got these eucalyptus and these little like berries. So I was thinking all of those together might look quite nice against this. And then we'll fill in with the pumpkins. So let me go get the pumpkins and see what those are starting to look like. So I have been keeping these little pumpkins in my refrigerator in this bag because I didn't want them to rot. And I was afraid if I put them outside, the raccoons might get to them. So instead, they're nice and chilled. I think those colors are all working, right? I wanted to get this all out before my dad comes down and takes a look at it because he's definitely gonna have an opinion. He's either gonna say, oh, that's gorgeous, or he's gonna say, I don't know about that. It's funny, I was pushing my cart at Trader Joe's with all these flowers in the front of it, and I had several people come up to me and say, oh, I love that bouquet. This is fabulous. Where did you get it? And I said, oh, no, it's just a bunch of separates. And I took them right over to the flower department, and they got the same thing. So there'll be a few other tables with this arrangement. Dad, come check this out. Tell me what you think. Okay, let's cue the reaction in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you think about these?
They're wonderful.
Oh, you like these?
Yeah,
I said you were either going to say they were wonderful or you were going to say, oh, I don't like these.
No, I do. I do like these very much. But this is shocking pink.
I know. I'm trying
And
to.
this is
I know, but I'm trying to turn it into maroon.
This is what we refer to as scaparelli pink.
Oh, okay. Well,
Shocking pink.
yes, which in the summer that would be great, but it's fall now, and I need it to turn into shocking maroon.
That's good.
Okay, and then I got the tablecloths at the dry cleaner. They're all hung up, ready to go, looking good. All right, now Dad has come up with an idea, which could be fun.
Well, because you don't want the glass.
You don't like the glass,
I
okay.
would make it more organic
Uh-huh.
with these beautiful magnolia leaves, which do dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the suede side
Yeah.
because they're
Well, and then seeing a little of the green, just so.
That's right.
But now, if this is outside of water overnight, that's not going to matter?
No.
They're not going to shrivel up? All right.
People dry these magnolia leaves
All right. Well, let's see. So, and then how are you going to affix them?
with the raffia.
Okay.
But I need 2 hands.
Oh, that'll be me. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. I'm going to let you continue.
You gotta trust the process.
I'm trusting the process.
It's
What do you think, Mom? Are you trusting the process?
I never trust the process. Never.
It's natural.
I always feel like when you get 2 creative people together doing a new project, it's never good. I'm better to walk away. Because Dad is much better with the flowers than I am, and then I second guess the process every little way. So I'm just gonna leave him with all the tools of the trade, and then I'm gonna come back, and whatever he's gonna do is gonna be great. So anyway, I'm gonna stay here where I'm more comfortable in the kitchen. Now he is out there in the garden. Even though I gave him his supplied foliage. So I'm curious what we caught him. My daughters are at the age now when they do look forward to helping. So it's also a great opportunity to learn some new cooking skills, like how to peel a potato, use a kitchen scale. My eldest daughter loves the gratin dauphinois recipe, so that was a good one to have her make because I find they're more invested if they're making something they actually love. And then meanwhile, my youngest daughter was helping me make these pies. We were making 2 of them, and it was a good teachable moment of anytime you make 2 of anything, don't double the recipe. It's much better to just make it twice. You'll just end up getting better results that way. We learned how to use a mandolin. My rule is 16 and over. That's the age you have to be to learn how to use that thing because you can really hurt yourself. And I am speaking from experience. But she did great. Look at those potatoes. Meanwhile, Dad came to get me because he had been hard at work and it was time to see the results. All right, let's see. You ready for the final? Ooh! They do look pretty. Oh, wow.
It's sort of like
Yes,
harvest.
it is.
With
It does. And I
and
like...
look at the gourd.
Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, that's a rotting eggplant.
But it looks fine.
I know, it does look pretty. That's like
Color's good.
an eggplant that never quite went. I wonder if it'll stay.
Planted.
These are gorgeous. I like your California touches with the lemons. Yeah.
Yeah, they look
Well,
good.
it's
Those are pretty.
harvesting.
It is harvesty. It's very harvesty. Thanks, Dad.
She likes it. I love her. See, I don't stress for the holidays because she does.
I don't stress. It's all good stress. Happy stress. Fun stress. You did a good job. I would have never come up with something like this. It's so ingenious, and I love how he went into my garden and just plucked out a few things to accentuate the arrangements even more. I just think it's so pretty. And then we had some extra flowers left over, so he was able to make a few others for the buffet and the bar, and everything just looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
Only because we live in California and there is no rain in sight, we're gonna put the cloths on, just so we can see what it looks like. All right, here's the first one. This is always the moment of truth. I was really hoping that when I put this tablecloth on, that the arrangements and the squash and the little pumpkins, everything would sort of just come together. So it was really fun to see it. And then, of course, we had to discuss about 2 tables or 1, and everybody agreed we want to be together. So let's just have one big happy family table. But my dad suggested we move the tables down because it actually was a little bit wider the further down you went. But just to be sure it was going to work, I had to have the chairs. So all I needed to do was just get my husband out of it so I could put it down and we could see what it looked like. This and this was making it too tight. So now there's more room this way. Okay, much better. But I was going to leave the pumpkin placement to my dad in his capable hands, so he seemed to have that under control, and I was going to go inside and check on my little helpers. We were making progress. The pies were ready to go in the oven, so in they went, and the gratin dauphinois was ready to bake. That's a real easy one to reheat the next day. Now, as much as I love them, and as much as I love to train them, I think it's easier because it's so late in the day now, it's about 4 o'clock. Mommy needs to take over and just bust through everything because I found it a little bit harder to manage the workforce. So now I'll have them come for the late shift. Meanwhile, Mom and Dad were still willing to lend a hand, so I put the task of writing the place cards in their hands. Dad's got the best handwriting, so I thought that would be good for him. I'm a big fan of place cards, especially if you're over 6 or 8 people. I think it just makes the table more lively because you can arrange the table based on personalities. I sometimes like to put introverts next to extroverts. I also find it's a little less daunting for people who don't know each other well, knowing where to sit when they come to a big table like this. Their place is already decided and all they have to do is find it and sit in it. It just avoids all of that awkward sort of musical chair thing that can go on when people don't know where to sit. Then I went back inside for the afternoon shift and I made a bunch of different side dishes. I was able to knock off the stuffing, the cranberry sauce. I love homemade cranberry sauce. It might be my favorite Thanksgiving side dish of all time. And then, of course, I got guilted into making one more dessert because this is what happens. My husband walks in and says, "Oh, you're not going to make the pear frangipane tart?" And my daughter says, "You're not going to make your homemade mac and cheese?" So, of course, that's like my kryptonite. When somebody says that, I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine. I got to make it." So the pear tart is one of my favorites, too. It's really delicious, and it's super easy to put together. So if you want to know how to make one and you want to do it for Christmas, I'll leave you a link in the description. Then I just went outside to take one more peek to make sure everything was cleaned up and ready to go. And the tablecloth and the arrangements looked great. And I think this is just such a really fun, teachable moment in that you can have any color tablecloth. If you feel like you don't have the right accessories to put on top, just go with fresh flowers, fruits, vegetables, anything that looks like it'll coordinate because you can basically find all of those things in any color. And what's funny is when your guests arrive, they think that it was always planned that way. It just looks like it was meant to be. Good morning. It is time to get the turkey in the oven. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and I have my little list of things I need to do. But point number one, you gotta get that turkey in because it takes what it takes. And we have a 20-pound turkey this year. That's gonna take about 4 hours plus 30 minutes to rest. So I do have to plan ahead. So I have my little revised punch list here. You always sometimes have to take another look at it the night before just to make sure. I've got turkey prep I'm working on now. Get the turkey in by 8:30. Then I have to whip up the corn pudding, the biscuits, and the mac and cheese. At 11 o'clock, my parents come, so I have some helpers to do the bar, the dessert table, the table settings, and just kind of clean the bathrooms. And then in between all of that, I need to iron my dress, put a napkin on the bar, and there's one napkin that's a little bit wrinkled. So I think I better get going. Starting with the turkey. So I think the best way to get a beautifully golden brown turkey is to tent it first for the first couple of hours. That will then assure that it's being cooked through on the inside but not getting too browned yet. Then I also like to add a little bit of chicken stock just to get a little head start on the gravy. And then for the last hour of cooking time, remove the foil and you will have a beautifully golden brown turkey. Then I prep the mac and cheese. I think it's best prep the day you're going to serve it just so that the bechamel sauce doesn't get too soaked up with the macaroni. Then we made the corn pudding batter, which can be made ahead of time, and then all you have to do is pop in the oven once it comes time to serve. And the only thing left to do was to make the sweet potato biscuits. The problem with the biscuits is that, remember in the prep video you guys saw we had some work being done on our pipes? Well, something has broken and now there's water spewing all outside of our house. So we had to shut the water off. See, and the problem is I have a sink full of dishes, which wouldn't be that bad if we were all just going to stay outside, but everybody has to come in for the buffet. And I kind of don't want a big sink full of dirty dishes. It's so nice though. The plumbers are coming on Thanksgiving morning to come help fix this. So hopefully they can fix it in time. All right, it's time to check on the workforce. Let's just see. Philippe and the girls were in charge of setting the table. Things were looking very good. Progress was being made. And now that we moved the tables down, nothing felt too squeezed or too squishy, so I think we were all gonna be okay. And just in the nick of time, the plumbers arrived, and luckily the water that was gushing out of the pipe was now just a nice steady drip, so hopefully they were gonna be able to fix that. I think they're under control. I am now going to whip up our biscuits. I got 45 minutes to do it. These are my sweet potato biscuits that I love to make at Thanksgiving time because not only are they so delicious, but they are so beautiful too. It's basically just a regular biscuit dough recipe with a little bit of pureed sweet potato in the dough. And then I cut them out and then top each one with a little bit of fresh sage. And the combination of that sweet potato with the sage is just so yummy. And then when I was done, the water turned back on, which was so great because I had just thrown all of the dishes in the dishwasher just to get them out of the way. But now it was running and it was fixed. Oh my gosh, thanks Dad. Dad brought the family china. Aren't those gorgeous? I love those. Those are so pretty. And I think they'll look so pretty on the table. They're more Thanksgiving-esque than my plain white ones.
See, I even marked them.
Oh, nice. Thank you. So pretty. And then Dad, I think I figured out what to do for the dessert because everybody is going to be squeezed in here and I don't think they should get up once they sit. So then we would just put it all here and then the girls can serve dessert.
This is a great idea.
Don't you think?
And then you get to use another one of my cloths.
Yeah, right.
My designs.
Now listen, nobody liked this basket on the table. It was a bit of a mess. So we took that off and we can put all of our water and wine in here and bring it to the table. But I think that'll work. Let's go see what's happening over here. Let's see. Oh, this is looking good. See your little centerpiece. This works, right?
Yeah, the weather.
Yeah, the weather. Oh, the weather is cooperating. I know. The weather.
Be careful that these don't fall out.
I know. I am going to go get dressed.
Please.
Guests are going to be here in 15 minutes, and I have to change. Maybe I should just stay in this. I don't know. Okay, the biscuits were out of the oven. It was time to put together my cheese board. A couple of the guests had started to arrive. I felt like I was a little bit behind on things, but that's okay. The cheese board is super easy to put together, and out it went. Cheese boards are so easy because guests can serve themselves, and that allows you to slip away if you have to check on anything in the kitchen. All right, everybody seems to be enjoying their drinks. Now it's time to check on the turkey. Let's see. Ooh, he looks pretty good, this Tom turkey. We have about 30 minutes left, so that's good. And then my daughter made my famous brie and fig puff pastry braids. Don't those look amazing? These are her favorite little appetizers to make, and she's getting quite good at it. So I think it's time to pull these out and serve them. Right, things are looking really good. The turkey has just come out of the oven. I've got my daughter working on the kale salad. The buffet is set and ready to go. I am just heating up my sides and we should be ready to go. Then it was time to call in Dad and get him started on his world famous gravy, which has been so much easier now. We have a great fat separator.
I love this gadget.
I know, isn't it great? It is so great. And then the other second tradition that goes on in the kitchen at this time during Thanksgiving is the carving. So Dad's always making the gravy and Michael's always doing the carving. He's a dear family friend and he always does such a nice job with the turkey. So it's so great that he does this. The side dishes were almost done and it was time to just load everything up on the buffet. This is my favorite moment of any holiday, when everything's on the buffet, it's ready to go, and it's time to call in the guests. Once again, I overdid it. I made too many side dishes. This is my fatal flaw. But when I see people come to the table and they see their favorite dishes and they scoop it up on their plate, it just makes me so happy. Now the moment of truth, your pear pie. What do you think?
It's pretty good.
All right, you guys, I'll see you back here next time. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.